In this problem, I want to find on an interval from -3 to -1, I want to compare the average rate of change between function f of x and function g of x. So to figure out the average rate of change, I'm going to start with what we can see already. So this is function g of x. So these both represent x values, -3 and -1. So I look up and find -3 for an x value and belongs to a y value of 0, and -1 belongs to a y value of 4. Now to find the average rate of change, or the interval from -3 to -1, I'm going to use the slope formula. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 subtract x sub 1. 4 subtract 0 is 4. 2 negatives make a positive, and -1 plus 3 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the average rate of change on the interval from -3 to -1 is 2 for the function g of x. Now it's a little bit easier to do the function f of x. So start by plugging this into your calculator. Clear up anything that's already there. So I'm going to do parentheses x to the third. Whoops, sorry. Plus 5x squared minus 18x minus 72. And then I'm going to use the graphing calculator to come up with the values associated with -3 and -1. Second trace value, I type in -3. -3 belongs to 0. And -1. Second trace value, and -1 belongs to -50. x1, y1, x2, y2. So the same thing, we're going to go y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 to figure out the average rate of change on this particular interval. So -50 subtract 0 over -1 subtract -3. -50 subtract 0 is -50. 2 negatives make a positive, and -1 plus 3 is 2. The average rate of change is -25. So the average rate of change is lower for f of x than it is for g of x.